I prayed, or more honestly, I kind of argued with God and was like, all right, Lord, like, you know, if you want me to go, I'll go. And I remember very clearly hearing God just kind of being like, if you say yes, this is gonna be hard. This will be the hardest time for you if you say yes. It was interesting because I'd never really had a desire necessarily to go to India. It's definitely like, in my mind, the next missions trip would be like Europe or something like that. The Indian culture is you help above, not below. And Harvest India breaks that mold by helping the least of these. These are people, they call them Dalits or untouchables. And in their society, the way the caste system works is they're the lowest of the low. They are literally untouchable, meaning that you don't want their bad karma to rub off on you. For me, something that hit a lot was, it was the last day we were there. We were going to a village and I was really tired. I was ready to go home. And I remember being in the Jeep, driving to the village, and I just was like praying, like, God, please I want an easy job today, God. Pastor Jeff Goki gets out and he's like, hey, Sarah, we're gonna have you praying for people today. And I was like, oh, Lord, that's not easy. Like, prayer takes so much. And I just remember God being like, hey, you can either be a part of this or not. Like, but I'm gonna move anyway. This woman comes up and I start praying for her. And as I'm praying, I feel like I hear God say, hey, give her a hug. And I was like, Lord, that's weird. Like, I don't know this woman. I'm not a big hugger to begin with. This is kind of out of the norm. Like, she doesn't speak English. I'm praying for her. She doesn't speak English. So I go to give her a hug, and the minute I embrace her, she just starts bawling. All of her family was gone. She was alone in this village. Her kids moved away. Her husband had passed away. God, this isn't right. Like, we got to do something, Lord. Like, why would you do this with her? You know, she said her story, and her story was that Jesus had come to her in a vision and said, you're to stay here in this village and to preach the word basically here in this village. And she said that she had been feeling very discouraged and been praying that morning and just asked for God to bring comfort to her. And then as she said that, she said, I was an answer to her prayer because all she needed was a hug, and I gave it to her. And it was just beautiful to see God's faithfulness and how much God really cares for us. And to know we left that village that day and to know that like she's staying there, like that's what she needed. God filled her through that one little action and that He's watching over her. I think seeing what Harvest India does as a whole, they meet needs that no one else wants to. It's through education, it's through housing of orphans and elderly, it's through feeding and helping like the medical side of the lepers, the needs for them. To see that they're just like us and they just want to be seen and they want to be loved and they want to know that they're cared for them to not receive that and to know that God like created them. And, to know that God created them and loves them just as much as anyone else, like hit me pretty hard, it still hits me hard. And the importance of how we're supposed to reflect that and we're supposed to give that back, so.